Hello and welcome to Mac on the Mic. We talk sports. This is Sports Talk. I talk about a lot of things in the world of sports on this channel. Oilers are going to be the top thing for the foreseeable, hopefully, month. The way it looked tonight, who knows? It could be a week and a half. But that's me doom scrolling in my own brain. The reality is the Oilers lost Game 1 to the Dallas Stars. We're going to talk about it here on Mac on the Mic. Thank you for clicking on this video. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. Hit subscribe, y'all. For every new subscriber, I get one subscriber. Right now, this channel's at 0 subscribers as of recording this. That's neither here nor there. What we're here to talk about is an amazing 40 minutes by the Edmonton Oilers. If you watched that first 20 minutes and thought, you know what, I'm just going to hit the hay early, I'm going to trust that the Oilers are going to get this win, I'm going to get to work bright and early tomorrow morning, get some extra sleep, you missed nothing. You missed just heartbreak and sadness that was that third period. Tip your cap to the Dallas Stars. You know what? I don't think the Oilers were outplayed in this game. I think they kind of just gave the game to the Dallas Stars in the third period because up until that point, they were dominant. I was thinking Oilers in 4 energy. Leon Draisaitl, fantastic finish. The Oilers killing off a penalty, spinning around the zone. McDavid, Draisaitl, Dipsy Doodle. I love when these guys go to the neutral zone. They think, oh, what's happening here? They cut back in, pitter patter, let's get at her. Blocker side on Ottinger, 1-0 for the Oilers. Not that long after, Draisaitl, a little bit more of the, hey, what are we doing? We're doing some magic. No. You're not doing magic, Draisaitl. You gave up the puck to Tyler Seguin, and he broke it on a breakaway. Klingberg, maybe a little bit too close. Maybe just a touch too close on the boards there. But hey, I'm not a coach. I just watch hockey and sometimes get paid to do it. But I don't get paid to do it all the time, and that means I'm not even close to an expert. But I'm breathing easy because it's not like the Dallas Stars. I mean, they were making some good plays. Skinner made some good saves, but I thought the Oilers have this game in control going into the second period. Second period starts, the Oilers prove me right. Nugent Hopkins on the power play, a little bit of a broken pass. Everyone's defending the player who they thought was going to get the puck. That player did not get the puck. Who did get the puck? My boy Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and he buries it right over the pad, just out of reach of the glove. I was saying to my dad, who I was watching the game with, you almost kind of like that goal because it's a goal that maybe Ottinger could have saved. I'm not saying that you're saying that was a bad goal at all, but maybe Ottinger's thinking, maybe that was a bad goal. Maybe I should have saved that. And that's exactly what you want the goalie to be thinking. And I think the Oilers definitely got Ottinger thinking that when clippity-clap, fake clap, go for the wrist shot, hit it in the back. That is what Evan Bouchard pulled off. And that was the highlight of the game for the Edmonton Oilers. Up 3-1, headed into the third period. No looking back. That second period did have some iffy penalties, I thought. That interference that Harley took with the little cross-check on Janmark, I didn't really like that penalty. We'll get to a penalty that I definitely didn't like later in the third. But we're going to get there. End of the second, there is a penalty. It's a hook. The Kulak hooks a guy. Kind of not really a hook, I don't think either. Just kind of a good sell job. And I guess don't have your stick in those situations. But I don't really know what Kulak's really supposed to do there. But again, I'm not worried. Oilers still up by 2. They kill off the first minute of that power play. And literally all I'm thinking in my head is get out of the first 2 minutes of this third period up by 2. I thought if the Oilers can pull that off, we are going to walk away with a victory. They fail to do that. And then they pile on the poop. They just pile on the poop and jump in and get cozy because the Oilers pretty much bathed in crap for the rest of that third period. I honestly, not even for the rest of that third period, for the next 10 minutes. They give up a tough power play goal. Okay, so maybe our penalty kill needs to do better. Let's not try and test it though. What do the Oilers do? We're going to test it. Immediately take another penalty. Okay. That's all right. Let's try and kill off this penalty. Let's take a couple boom. Immediately they get scored on. And I'm still not panicking. I'm not a panicking Skywalker at this point. I'm thinking, okay, they pushed back. It's tied at 3. The Oilers are the better team. They can walk away with this victory. All they have to do is not take another penalty. Boom, they take another penalty and it goes in the back of the net. And this is the one I believe where Stuart Skinner, I'm not blaming Stuart Skinner for the loss at all, and I'm not blaming Stuart Skinner for any of the goals except for this one, because he thinks he gets bumped, and what does he do? He stops playing. He looks at the ref. Oh, there's no whistle? Where's the puck? He literally does one of these. Where is it? Where's the puck? Why isn't there a whistle? And then it just goes in because he's literally not even playing goalie at this point. And then he looks at the ref like, well, what? I didn't know where the puck was. How is that fair? That's hockey, buddy. You got to keep between the ears. And I love Skinny. Don't get me wrong. I love Skinny. I think if we're going to win a Stanley Cup, I think it could be with Skinny, no doubt. But that was just, the like I said, bathing in fecal matter. It was disgusting. And what made that goal even worse, that other power play goal, the third consecutive power play goal that the Dallas Stars score to not only make the lead one, tie up the game, and then take the lead, it was on a high-sticking penalty. And Matt Duchene, you love to hate it, man. You love to hate it. I don't have a hockey stick here, but I have a baseball bat. What? Oh, am I bleeding? Am I bleeding? Oh, it got me right in the lip. He did not get you in the lip. You are a lying, mean guy, man. That's unsportsmanlike, but you love it. I literally suck. It sucks. You hate it, but you love to have it on your team. And honestly, my dad was pretty furious, who I was watching this game with. He's like, that's a Canadian boy. It's not how you're supposed to play the game. Yeah, in a preseason game, I'm marking that down as a character flaw on a player, undoubtedly. In the conference final, big check mark. That's what you want your guy to do. That's what you want your captain to do. That's what you want your best players to do. If you think there's an opportunity to get a penalty, take the penalty. Take the power play. It worked out for Dallas. And then it just snowballed even further. They score another nice goal. I mean, that tip was just disgusting. Like, backhander smacked into the net by Tyler Seguin. It makes me think all the way back, Taylor or Tyler. What if the Oilers took Taylor? What if they took Tyler? Would it be different? Maybe Taylor Hall would have scored that goal. I don't know. This is the reeling that the bathing in crap third period had me doing. That was atrocious. It made me very sad. And then if that wasn't enough to ice it, literally like 40 seconds later, the longest empty netter, and actually like probably one of the hardest empty netter goals you might see. It was truly nice, but I imagine Skinner literally got to the bench just in time to see the puck go into his net. So those are the goals. I didn't love all the penalties. Like, not only I didn't love that the Oilers took them, I didn't love all the calls that resulted in them. It did not really seem like a playoff. Didn't really seem like a playoff type penalty game, you know? Those weren't playoff penalties in my eyes. So hopefully everybody gets better. Hopefully the refs can get a little better. You hate to see a high sticking penalty when a stick gets up here and a guy flips his head back. You want the refs to be able to see that. But that's not the refs' fault. They didn't cost the Oilers the game. The Oilers need to learn how to kill a penalty. Your goalie needs to be your best penalty killer. Again, I'm not going to blame Stewie at all, except for that one where he stopped playing. That one really frustrated me, because that ended up being the winner. But you could just tell that the Oilers, I don't even want to say that they bent. They just broke. There was no bend at all. It was just they were playing great. They gave up a goal. They fell over. There's no bend. They just toppled over like a Jenga tower being supported by a bunch of singles. It was a mess. But I'm not gonna reel. I'm not gonna freak out. It's only game one of the season, or only game one of the series. The Oilers are great at losing game one of a series and coming back and dominating. I remember last year. What happened last year against Dallas? We were down 2-1, and we were losing in game 4. You know what? And the Oilers, much like they did against the LA Kings, said enough's enough. We're going to clean this up, and we are going to win this series. The Oilers were in worse states in the first round against the Kings. They were down 2-0. What did they do? They said enough's enough. We're going to come back. We're going to win this series. I do think the Oilers are going to be the eventual Stanley Cup champions. I obviously have some bias, but that's not an extreme amount of bias. That's also a guy who semi-professionally watches hockey as a part-time job, understanding what the better teams look like. And in the West, the Oilers just look like the better team, and I think they proved that in game 1. I think Dallas stole this game from Edmonton rather than taking it with their might and their muster. I mean, they seized the opportunity, and don't get me wrong, you can seize opportunities all the way to a Stanley Cup championship. You can do that. The Dallas Stars might very well do that, but I truly believe that the Oilers are going to have what it takes in the remaining games of this series to take the win. I'm not going to make a bold prediction. Oilers in 6. That's my bold prediction. Same as last year. They just got to clean up some discipline, figure some stuff out, and it'll be fine. Oilers fans, it will be fine. Game 2 happens on Friday night. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to see me gab about more Oilers games. I also will be talking about the Blue Jays time to time. They've scored 14 runs today. They scored 14 runs today. A team that is truly atrocious scored 14 runs today. So it's sports. Anything can happen. Thanks for watching again. Smash those buttons. Just punch them in the face. If you see a button, I want you to commit assault and battery. And then we'll see you in the next one. Bye.